Hey Divine Rebels, Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart readings, and just popping on to do a reading for you. This came to me the other day, and I think it's a very important reading to do. As you can see from the title, we're going to see what are our motives. So this is this is born of, like, whenever there's a frustrating situation, I always try to find like the healing aspect of it. Like, what, even if it's like, what would I want that person to heal because they're acting scandalous, or, and then I always reflect back to myself, okay, any ways that I need to work on myself in this situation, you know, just check in. So I feel like it's always good to do so, and that's why I don't understand when people, like, some of our more like heal yourself kind of readings, people won't go to, they'll skip, but then they'll want to get good compliments in the other one, and I'm like, you know, if you heal yourself, you will get some more compliments, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to all of y'all being brave enough to come on here and see what it do, because sometimes we're like, you know, we want to get what we want, but we can't calibrate to pull back that arrow to hit that target because we're unsure of our own motives in the situation, or we don't realize that something else is operating underneath. Sometimes we don't know, like, do I like that person? Do I not? Am I being trusting in the situation? Am I not? Like, there's just so many different ways that you guys can take this reading and make it your own. So feel free to apply it. You might have different situations. You might be like, what are my motives in trying to ace this class? What are my motives in trying to talk to this person? What are my motives in this friendship? There could be so many different things. So feel free. I did 4 options. I probably will do this video again. I mean, pretty much everything I do is like, I'll do it again. It's going to be a series. Pretty much. I mean, that's just how I do. So yeah, but I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about it, and I thought the thumbnail was a little cute, you know. Oh, she's so cute. So I was excited about that. Now currently our current planets are Libra Sun, Pisces Moon at the time of filming this, but I am feeling it, y'all. Excuse me. Woo! I've been really chatty and excited since Mercury went into Scorpio, because I have Scorpio in my chart. We have Scorpio, Mercury, and Venus, which I'm super excited about. We have Libra, Mars right now going on too. Okay, so that's what's popping. We have Moon trine Venus at the time of filming this, so I like to give those energies. Those might apply to your situation, even if you're watching this years later. You might be like, hey, that's my placement, or I really, you know, I felt that energy. So we have a nice mix of you know, loving on ourselves, being diplomatic with others, and doing some deep introspective work with what I love. What do I love, kids? Discernment. With Mercury and Scorpio here, so I'm excited about it. I still have a little bit of that. I'm feeling we released the super emotions, anxiety, how to make anxiety your superpower, and I am still feeling that a bit in the collective energy. And a lot of people were saying, oh, that was right on time, and you know, very happy about that, and people are really loving that series. So I can still feel that nervous energy, which is why when I'm channeling it in and tuning in, see, like, you can feel it, right? And when I was on the live, that energy was there too. So I'm just here to help y'all breathe it through. I've been saying for the past couple weeks, when I get ready to go on the lives, I feel that energy too in my gut, and I'll spend time just processing it out, transmuting it, releasing it. So we let it go, y'all. We let it go. Let it transmute into something wonderful, like excitement. Okay, and we're gonna dig in and see what's going on with your motives. So we have and this is more meant to be, I just got someone was like, I'm gonna see what's their motives, and we probably will do another video for their motives. Okay, so you might not get a clear answer, because if you try to see what their motives are, you might get a scandalous answer about what your motives are, trying to see what their motives are. Okay, so number 1, we have, I did crystal castings on top for you guys, just like I do little charm castings sometimes. Just like well, let's just leave that there. Let me just stop. Let me just say, I hope that the people who have been biting my stuff will come and see what their motives are in doing that. All right, trying to be great, I guess. Okay, so on number 1, we have Kyanite, blue Kyanite, Magenta Agate, and Fire Quartz. Okay, those are the crystals on top. On number 2, we have Smoky Quartz, Honey Calcite, excuse me, honey calcite, and 2 magnetic hematites that have found each other. On number 3, we have aragonite, we have tiger iron, and we have a little piece of the honey calcite, actually from that piece on number 2. And for number 4, we have moonstone. If you can see it, there is moonstone there. It almost has a greenish tint to it. We have an aventurine, and we have that purple stone, y'all. That it's just purple stone now that I always forget the name of. It's not amethyst, y'all. It's that other one. It's the one that connects with healing things in the family, and it's really good for like family business and that kind of stuff. So that's what we have, options 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pick your option, and we'll see you on your timestamp. All right, for those of you that chose number 1, now the song that I was hearing is "You Can Get Mad If You Want To." Okay, whoop-de-woo. When I was channeling, I heard I'm on bullshit. Okay, so y'all y'all with your motives, don't get mad at me. A lot of you are fire signs too, or have fire in your chart, and you're on bullshit. Okay, I told you there. Are you happy now? Someone told you. Okay, you've been on bullshit with your motives. Okay, some of you are Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. We have Aries, Sag, and Leo here. All right, and that's just the true tea. The true tea here. We have 5 of Wands, 3 of Wands, Page of Swords reversed, the Carnelian, self-confidence, root and sacral chakras, 3 of Wands again, 10 of Cups reversed. We have your crystals, the fire quartz, not magnetic, magenta agate. We have Kyanite, and I'm having these weird like hiccup things, but like internally, excuse me please. 4 of swords, or 4 of spades, 5 of diamonds, and you have a quote card which we'll get to. So basically, you guys are being like kind of messy and subversive, some of you, in your social dynamics, but you're acting like that's not what it is. Some of you around people you don't like, but you want them to like you, or it's like that hate love dynamic, but is it really love though? Okay, so some of you have motives of just, you can't stand someone, but you want to be in the mix. You want them to want you, you want them to include you, you want to be like in the vibration of their success or what they have going on, but you're not really feeling it like that. It's like you kind of want their you want them to desire you, you want their self-confidence, you want their, you know, maybe their money, whatever they got, they're flossing, but at the same time internally it's like there's kind of some shade you got going on and some competition. You could definitely have like I said, Aries placements. You could have like Venus or Mars in Aries, or Moon in Aries, anything in Aries, to be honest. Anything in, well, yeah, fire signs. Y'all, fire signs, come on now. You could have placements in the 5th house or 8th house or 1st house. You could have your Mars acting up, okay, in your chart. Y'all could even have some badly aspected, negatively aspected Jupiters, which Jupiter is usually a beneficial planet, but if Jupiter feels like they're the ones who should get, and they're the ones who are used to being successful, they can feel kind of shady. So it says, the quote says, "I'm walking, yes indeed, and I'm talking about you and me." Sorry, I'm a little far away from it. "I'm hoping that you'll come back to me." So look, you talking about it, you telling people. What Page of Swords reversed, that's shade. That's some shade. You want some shade stuff. You might be doing some little comments here and there, doing some little snarky snark. Some of you could be Libras as well, who are, you know, you could have some Libra Aries dynamics, or just be on that shady side of Libra season, okay? And there's some love spilling out. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Some of you will be a water sign that have, like, you know, Venus in Aries, Mercury in Aries, or whatever, some of these kind of placements. All right, let's see. Air house placements, definitely, because they be on that social shade. Sometimes that's the shadow side of air houses, 3rd, 7th, and 11th. Okay, so your motives right now, 5 of Pentacles, you might want someone else to feel like the outcast one, or someone else to feel like you're number one and they're not. So this reminds me, so growing up, I was always told by my parent, like they were really popular, but they never were disrespectful to anyone, and they treated everyone the same, and they were always like, you better always do that to everybody. It doesn't matter, you always treat everyone equal. And I took that on my spirit. Like, it don't matter, like I said, I've run into celebrities and I've been homeless. Like, it don't matter, like everyone, I'm really chill that way, right? And so when I was in high school, I was always like the new kid, like the exotic kid and all this, right? I had to go all these different high schools. And so you're like kind of popular when you come in like that, like the new kid, especially when you're different. And I remember that there was like this thing that would happen where I would always like make everybody like start messing with the class system, right? Who was the popular and who was not. And this one time especially, it happened really dramatically where this one brother and sister, for whatever reason, like I thought they were cool, but people just completely ostracized them and would treat them like they would sit by themselves at lunch and everything. And so one time I was just like, what are y'all doing? Like, to, you know, the popular crew, I was like, no, they can come over here and sit, like they're cool. Like, and so they ended up like getting popular, and people were like, oh, they are cool. And so then they like started like rumors and stuff to like get me out the group. And I was like, what the heck? And I don't care, I can be a loner. I really don't care. I stick to myself, y'all. But I was just so hurt. Like it was the strangest thing to me, but it was like in their mindset, they still had that there's only room for a few of us who are kind of different, you know, and I have to take your place if I'm coming into the group kind of energy. And so it was just the strangest thing, and I thought it was like really sad. And in the end, they ended up feeling bad about it and stuff, but they still, you know, went on with their games. But that's the kind of energy I'm getting here, is where for some reason you could be like, some of you are turning on somebody who like you should be having their back, or like some people that could be your friends, you're thinking that they're competition or something, and you're having this like internal resentment or begrudging them what they have. And like, dang, that's messed up. That's messed up, y'all. And so the 10 of Cups is pouring out. Like, you don't really have love for this person or this situation. And even if it's a partner, you might be in that like competing against them, or you know, where you just get in that place where you're just like, oh, who's gonna win this situation? And you're more in that vibe than you are like a resolution, you know, trying to because sometimes you're beefing with someone, but you're like, okay, we're having this talk because we love each other, right? But you're upset. That's not the vibe I'm getting from this reading. Like I said, the channel message was, I'm on bullshit. So this is where it's like, no, it doesn't matter what the end game is. I'm going to win. You're going to be the loser, okay? And I should have what you have, or I should be in the higher position, or that kind of vibe, okay? So some of you, it's like you saw this person that was like, they were pie in the sky high. They reached out and connected with you. I'm just sad, y'all, because this is what happens to me. This is what I'm like, dang, why you gotta do them like that? Especially I'm seeing that it's a water sign for a lot of you. Some of you, this person let you in their house, their home or something. Maybe you guys wanted to meet up through traveling, or it could have been like shout outs on social media. And now it's like, oh, you want the shout out, but you really don't like them, and you really just want to like take their position or something. Come on now, y'all. All right. What else we got going on? So some of you are trying to do a little ghost, a little rejection, make somebody feel blocked or outcast in some way. We have the 5 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords, and yet at the same time, again, this is all for like an ego boost, so that you can feel desired, so you can feel like you have confidence, so you can feel like you're the one, you know, coming in all original and stuff. And yet you're watching everything they do and mirroring everything they do. And I feel like for a lot of you, they came from, like I said, they came from good vibrations over here. They were just trying to put you on, or, you know, what's that? Halsey, put you in the sky, right? That song where she's talking about, I put you up, I raised you up, and then you treat me like this, right? And you're trying to go off and skate off on a little bit of a higher tip there. So we got the fire quartz with the magenta agate. Magenta agate is good friends. So for some of you, like a kyanite, you need to clear your chakras, because kyanite is good for all the chakras, okay? And we're not talking about them right now, okay? So you might be like, well, I don't like how they eat their rice. I don't like, I don't know, y'all. I don't like that, you know, I don't like, I think they're cocky, or, you know, whatever it is. Okay, they might have some flaws, but right now we're talking about your motives. You're trying to get this, for some of you, it's relationship, and you're going to be like, you know, in the comments when people are talking shit, I don't even want them anymore, saying all this stuff, but then they're on the will they come back to me reading or something. So it's like, okay, you're trying to get this person back, but you think they shit. So you're on bullshit then. Like, what are you doing? You know, and I'm laughing with you guys, because I know we're human, okay? This is a very, we are human, and we're being brave, and we're trying to heal ourselves, and we're coming to this reading, okay? So it's all right, we keep keying. So yeah, you want them to walk in down the street, okay, coming to you, diddy dum diddy do, but you're talking about them, and you really don't like them that much. You really don't like them, but you want them on your porch. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing for y'all. You might just take this information in, reconsider, come from a different set of motives, especially for those of you that it was a friend and you are damaging some networking or friendship connections, or even family members or something. You might really want to readdress that, because for a lot of you, this competition that you're feeling is more in your head, and this person was trying to just support you. They might have wanted to have their own individual path, but they wanted to, you know, support you, and you guys might just be reacting very negatively. Or if you're not getting the attention that you want, because some of you, it's like you're overly like spying on this person, or you feel entitled to them, or you feel entitled to what they have, and you're trying to fill in your lack, your sense of lack, root chakra, sacral chakra concerns, solar plexus, right? Your wants, your desires, your identity, what you need. You're trying to fill that in from this person, and it's not really their responsibility to do so. Okay, and that's causing the concern here. It's not them, it might be your own energy that you're not taking care of. And to be honest, to be on the receiving end of it, it does not feel good when someone has like, doesn't know how to they project with like their sacral chakra energy or their solar plexus. I'm sure we've all felt that, and then they want us to be responsible for it, and it's like, dude, that's not my responsibility. Like, this don't even feel good. Like when people come on to you too strongly, or they try to strong arm you in certain situations, that's the energy. So I would say focus on those chakras and recalibrating that energy, and you might see that this person probably, or this situation, they're probably not even trying to be so combative with you. For a few of you, they still will be, but you can adjust your motive, so you're coming from a different place that's healthier for yourself. Okay, but most of you, I feel like they weren't, but I do think that they are starting to feel this energy now and see how you're changing, and kind of feel like you're playing games with them and being disrespectful. Their ancestors might not be liking it either. Y'all, I should pick this option. I relate to this for someone who's acting like this towards me. I picked a different option, but sometimes all of them have some messages, right? So y'all might have, you know, listen to all of them too, if you want to, if you feel led to. But yeah, their ancestors might not be so happy, and this could be a sign, like literally, boom, a comment. This is a sign. They're like, you better stop messing with my descendant like that. Fix your motives. Don't be on that bullshit. All right, so that's what I'm seeing for y'all. Thank you. If you made it to the end of the reading, I just saw 11:44 for your segment of the reading. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, for those of you that chose number 2 right now, what are your motives? Okay, I just heard like rain, and not the rain. If you can kind of hear, baby has her rain sounds on to go to sleep, but I heard a different kind of rain, just like you know, when it suddenly just starts pouring. And I do see Cancer here, so I do think some of you are water signs, or concerned about water signs, or dealing with something that is an emotional situation that you're asking about. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, check out our Super Emotions series as well. That could help you if you are having sudden, you know, your emotions are just feeling all over the place, and you're trying to figure out what's going on and how to better utilize them. Okay, but this is what we have: 6 of Swords reverse, 9 of Swords, King of Pentacles reverse. You have Obsidian, protection, the root chakra, 2 of Wands, Knight of Wands reversed. Your crystals that we cast are Smoky Quartz, the 2 Hematites that are magnetic and found each other, connected together, and we have the Honey Calcite, the larger piece. We have the 6 of Hearts, Hydra, the Sea Serpent. They're my Constellation Night Sky deck. We have Cancer, the Crab, 7 of diamonds. My mouth was like, don't say pentacles. 7 of diamonds, and we have your quote card. So what are your motives? You don't want to move on. Oh no, some of you are Taurus, boo-boos. You have your feet in the dirt. This is the image I'm getting. This is the image I'm getting. Oh, Taurus, because Uranus is in Taurus right now. It's opposing Mercury in Scorpio. Some of you are saying, I don't want change. And what I'm literally seeing is like, I'm seeing people come and try to move a house, and Taurus is sitting in their chair, their favorite chair, because Taurus always has their favorite space, and like the whole house, and then they come and they move the house, you know, when people actually relocate a house, and Taurus is like, no, and Taurus is just left in the hole that's left, like from the basement and everything, like in the dirt down in the hole. No, I'm not moving, I'm not changing. So whether or not you're Taurus, that's what I'm seeing. Like, you're in, this is saying root chakra and obsidian and smoky quartz and like black tourmaline. I always tell people to grid their basements with that too. So from a very deep place in you, a place that might even connect to past lives and early childhood. Okay, there could be some big fears, because that's usually basements, right? Things we fear, things we store away, things we don't want to deal with. We run down there, do something, run back up, all right, and then close the door. One of my siblings, when they were younger, they would go and open the basement door and be all scared, and then they would make a scary sound like ah down there, and when it echoed back, they'd freak out. Oh no, he's gonna get me, he's a Scorpio. But like, you know, so y'all could be like spooky yourselves too, right? Nine of Swords, and we're kikiing in this reading, so because, you know, just lighten the mood, because it's hard looking at our own motives, so we're just gonna laugh with each other, with ourselves a little bit, okay? So sometimes we do that, right? And we're like, oh no, I'm getting a message, it's communicating back. But it was just his own echo, right? And we would just try to tell him, and we would just be laughing, and we're like, no, don't do it, it's you. There's nothing down there. So that's the feeling. Some of you are trying to go back to the past with some things that haven't been very funny, some things that have been, you know, abusive, or just really toxic, okay? Not healthy for yourself, and you haven't fully let go of that. And we, you know, the Six of Hearts is here, the Seven of Pentacles. Man, let me just look again. Even the Knight of Wands is trying to run backwards, y'all, upside down and backwards. Woo! It's that hamster wheel. There is something, and for a lot of you, it is a connection, a past connection. And you're like, but it could be so sweet, but it could have been better. But are you sure it just wasn't your innocence in that situation? Because quite often when I sit and do, you know, like shamanic level work with people on past relationships and things, it's themselves that they miss. It's who they were. It was the love that they were giving when they felt more innocent, or where they felt like they could finally release their love and open up. That's what they miss, more than even the person. They might be over the person, right? And it's their own energy. So for you guys, your motives are very convoluted in fear. There could be codependency going on. There could be maybe you don't want to recreate what you've been through in the past, so you're kind of not paying attention to what's currently going on, so you can assess your situation. For some of you, you feel like you couldn't do better, like you're trying to build happiness with someone, and maybe your kids, this is what I'm seeing, maybe your kids and family members and friends are telling you, leave that person alone, they're toxic, and you know it, but you're like, this is the best that you've had, is this type of relationship. And maybe they, you know, actually do the dishes, or, you know, little things like that. And so you're like, you're excusing things that are going on because your motive is to allow you to stay in that toxic cycle. That's you see what I'm saying? Your motive is to allow yourself to stay on the same path that you've been on, but that's been a very hurtful path, and it has cycles to it. So maybe sometimes you can convince yourself, oh look, it's better, see, like, you know, I went outside today, like here, oh, I actually did a garden, or, you know, I take care of myself a little better than I did. Okay, that's good, but you're still running right on back to those same cycles, or that same person, okay? And so that's why there's needing to be some healing. And again, some of you, like, you have, obviously you're here on the reading stuff, you have a certain amount of spiritual awareness. You might do have good counseling for others and all of these kind of things, but for yourself, you're not really allowing yourself to have clarity and truly fix this situation that we're seeing here. It says, if you've tried and failed, and at trying feel you've played a losing game, if you need a friend to call on, remember my name. Okay, so yeah, I feel like it could be time to listen to your friends, y'all, and maybe they try to point out to you what's going on, and you don't really want to hear it. You don't really want to believe that you're operating from bad negative past patterns that are bad or not too good, that they're endangering to yourself and those around you. But it could be very important to listen to that, okay? And some of you are trying to help your friend, but they're sitting there like, look, you got your own stuff to do. Like, I don't know that your stuff is 100. And so they're not really wanting to hear it. They're not really wanting to hear it because they feel like maybe you need to work on stuff too, okay? And that's what they're seeing. They could be feeling like your advice that you're giving them is coming from your wounds, okay? And it very well could be, because there's a lot of woundedness going on here. So sometimes, even if we're right, people can feel if it's coming from our woundedness. So they don't know if they should trust us with the advice that we're giving, because they're like, yeah, but maybe you just, hate that gender in general because of your situation, because I can tell you're saying this because of your past relationship. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit of credibility that's not there as much as it could be for you because of these past wounds. So especially if you're a healer or a reader or something of that nature, if people feel that you're projecting that, they're not going to be so receptive, and they could, very wisely be like, okay, I don't think it's time to get healing. It's kind of, you go to this is what I'm getting, you go to the doctor's office and the doctor's sneezing and coughing and hacking around, and he's like, hey, come here, let me check you to see if you got a cold. You're just like, put it away. No, I waited in that sick waiting room for this. Oh no, right? You better go home, take some vitamins. So that's the feeling that, for those of you trying to give advice, trying to push a situation, thinking that you know better, you could just be screaming at an old part of yourself. Okay, you could just be tired and frustrated at yourself and wishing you'd take your own damn advice. Okay, hashtag on that. So I feel like the other people, it's like free will needs to be considered in the situation. It's like you have to wake up, smell the okra, feel like you can make your decisions for yourself again, get out of that cycle. All right, it's not love doing it to you. It's not the heebie-jeebies, not the universe. It's not this person that has control without, just you have no control, and they're the puppet master. It's your free will allowing that. Okay, look at her free will just twining up her vines right there on that person's little beanstalk pole. All right, so you gotta recognize what you're doing in the situation as well, and the same for the other parties. You got to let them have their own free will. Some of you are mad that someone else has the nerve to try to move on from all this toxic mess. Come on now. And you're saying, remember my name, why can't you just remember me? Why are they trying to run away? They said, because this is toxic. We toxic, boo. This is not healthy. This is not healthy. And they're trying to go, make a different decision or put boundaries so that you guys will build in a way that's healthy and, more community oriented, or, make changes. And some of you are resistant to that. So, okay. So those are the motives that I'm seeing. Hopefully you're able to utilize that information, switch it up so you can, have what you need in a good, healthy way. I hope that you like this reading. Let me know down below. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, for those of you that chose number 3, we have 6 of Wands, Knight of Cups, 8 of Pentacles reversed, Iolite. The number 20 may be significant, could be around the 20th of this month, or the changing of zodiac signs that are important. So maybe not the current zodiac sign you're in when you watch this, but the next one. Currently, if you're watching this at the time of upload, we're in Libra, switching over to Scorpio. Okay, we have family, third eye chakra. There could be a concern about a family member who is a Libra, Scorpio. I'm also getting Virgo, fire signs, and Pisces. We have 7 of Swords, or 7 of Spades from the playing cards here of Fiacus. Okay, so that could be Sagittarius. I wanted to say Sagittarius instead of fire signs, but that 6 of Wands is usually a Leo, but now we have Sag. So Sag, Scorpio, that changeover could be important for y'all. And we have the 8 of Clubs, again Sagittarius, so Sag taking over. We have another family card with the Hierophant, and we have the 10 of Swords reversed. We have your crystals that you picked, Aragonite, Tiger's Iron, and the little slice of the honey calcite. And we have a quote card, which we'll get to. Okay. Whew. So I feel like we do have all elements on deck. I feel like for a lot of you, your motive is to protect your family. Okay. And I think that's really good. There's been some shadiness. There can be a lot of you are Pisces. I know we have a lot of Pisces on my channel. Hey, fellow Pisces. And I feel like a lot of you have been going through a lot lately, and you just want to feel like someone has your back. Okay, you want to feel like maybe you had to turn your back on a fire sign, maybe somebody that you trusted in. Could have been another Pisces, an Aquarius, any of the signs. There's all the signs all in here because we're talking about families. I think that's why so many signs are coming up. It's like somebody, you had to move away from somebody and finally like try to stop going back to somebody who was not healthy for you, in the best interest of your family, or in the best interest of the dynamics of the family, what's been going on. Okay, Now, I am getting that somehow this can tie into public energy for you guys. Perhaps there was a situation at work that was causing stress at home. For some of you, there was a situation at school with your children, and that was causing, you know, duress to the family, and maybe you didn't agree how other family members wanted to handle it. And for some of you, you are public on social media, okay? And there's been some shade. So I'm seeing protecting like the children, protecting the family unit, and really monitoring what you put out to others. Now, for some of you, there's some of you that are on the negative side of this, where you have been very jealous, okay? You've been the 7 of Spades person. You've been the person out here wanting to bring down someone else. Again, you could be a Pisces or directing it towards a Pisces. Where you have been wanting to maybe feel like you're entitled to get into someone's family, or maybe use their family members or their children to get close to them, or just put a lot of shade and even like negative energy like towards this family, this person. It could be through their work. So again, it could be through seeing them publicly. Maybe you've left rude comments, or just whatever it is. There could be documentation. For some of you, it's like a court case. So if you know you've been really shady and not putting like the family, like maybe your co-parents and you're fighting each other or something, some of you are not having the best of motives in that, okay? Maybe part of you is trying to protect the family unit, but the other part is like tearing down the other party in the ways that are endangering the family unit, okay? Some of you are, again, trying to get in, maybe misusing connections to children, or like being so-called helpful as a way of like weaseling your way into a family. That's not a good look right here, because some of you are wanting to come back and wanting to come back in, okay? Maybe you're like maintaining the relationship with like an ex's mom, just so you can try to like ingratiate yourself into their life, okay? Some of you, it's like this is supposed to be the grave here with the 10 of Swords, and some of you are not allowing that. Some of you are abusing your ancestor connection, okay? And you might want to watch that. You might be trying to send your ancestors over someone. You might be trying to take the spiritual head that belongs to someone else, okay? Literally, I have people go out and things that I teach them about ancestor work and spiritual work, go out and try to make it like their own, and just people would be playing with spirit. So you might be coming at somebody in their religious context, okay, or their spiritual context. Even if they're like an established religion and you're not, you might want to watch right now, because I'm seeing victory for those who are doing right. I'm going to talk both sides of the story, because this is a mixed group, okay? I'm seeing victory for those who are doing right, and for those of you who have been scandalous and, you know, just want to tear people down, put that work on someone while you're being jealous, trying to steal what they're putting out and compete because you think all of a sudden that you're a bigger spiritual head than they are and stuff. That's not looking good. That is not looking good. I'm literally seeing graveyard work here, okay, and all this. I'm not villainizing that. I'm saying you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Ooh, somebody's ancestors are not feeling how you trying to sneak up on them. All right, back up off me, play Dej Loaf, okay? Woo, nah, you about to get it. So I would not be fucking with people's families right now, period. I would not be taking things that are trying to take someone's position or whatever their work is or their business, what they're doing as an entrepreneur. If they're trying to feed their family and you're trying to come take that from them, I would not be doing that right now. It doesn't matter how woo-woo you think you are, or how prayed up, or whatever, how so-called nice manifester, so nice, guys. I wouldn't do that right now, okay? And I know some shady people watch my channel because y'all be stealing my shit. So I guess that's y'all's warning. Okay, now on the other side, for those of us who are in the right motives, okay? Because I know I'm in that group. I don't be biting people shit. For those of us in the right movements, your ancestors are saying, keep moving along. You just keep moving right along, baby. You keep on growing. Don't let them stop you. You have people who celebrate you, who really see the best. You're trying to get your bounce back, okay? You're working on your bounce back, and you've had so many delays. Now, you do carry that energy within you of that fear that you're not going to be successful. Sometimes you do you do have motives that will tear yourself out of your own habits, okay? So stop procrastinating. That is one of your motives, that what you do is you're like, I'm not going to be successful, so let me tear this down for myself, okay? No, you definitely can be successful. That's why people watch you and try to do what you do, okay? So don't procrastinate with yourself. Some of you also, again, you're having a hard time navigating things with family. I think you're getting better at it. And I do think that for those of you who are on the positive side, you're protecting your family. Basically, this is saying do what you got to do to protect your family. Period. Period. Ooh, I'm feeling that so hard. Some of you have, you know, it could have been other family members, or some, you know, people had the nerve to bring around, you know, abusers and horrific situations around you, your children, your loved ones. This is saying, no, that's a good motive. You stay on that. It might feel like, you know, am I having a grudge? Am I doing, should I be nicer? No. If people are bringing violence and danger around your family, and this might be for a select few, no, the good motive is showing you in your flow. That's in love right there. You stay protective of your family and you don't let anyone weasel their way back in, okay? Because there's some people trying to come all high and mighty and pretend, oh, well, everyone likes me. Everyone agrees with my side of the situation. Well, everybody thinks that I'm the one who's doing it correctly. Nobody's supporting you on Facebook, but you know what that person did to your family or to your child. You don't accept it. You don't let it back in. Okay, so you're in the right with your motives when you protect your child. Okay, you protect your family. Because for some of you, it's an elder that you're protecting. Maybe you have to speak to like a care service or something, or their doctors, and you're in the right when you're in that protection. Okay. I do see the motive of wanting to be successful, wanting to thrive, wanting to have your shine on. As long as you're doing it in good methods and honing your skills, you're going to be okay. For those of you who, again, are trying to take shortcuts, you're trying to go and pretend to be mentored by someone else, or, you know, whatever it is. Some of you might be asking too much handouts from like your grandparents or something, and you know better, and you know that they're just going to let you get away with certain things, and you're not really attending to your life. It could be your parents, could be an older sibling or something. That's not a good motive. It's not a good look right now. So they're saying you need to get on that side of yourself where you bounce back and you're thriving without first having to bite off of someone else's stuff. Okay. All right. Yeah. So again, I am getting a mixed group here for the different energies. One side is on some BS and one side is on the up and up. Okay, let's see what your quote says. People who make a living doing something they don't enjoy wouldn't even be happy with a one-day work week. You know, I did read that one when I was flipping over the cards for y'all, and I forgot that I did. And that goes, there's some of you that don't like what you do, and that could be why you're mad at other people's success within what they're doing, or trying to skip, you know, rankings, especially for those of you who are spiritual workers, but it could be for anyone. People who have social media or whatever. If that's not your thing, find something else that you thrive at, instead of just being mad and jealous that other people are trying to do what they love and working hard on it, because you don't see their setbacks, what they have going on. Okay, again, that's for those of you who are on some shady stuff, and try not to hoodwink yourself. For those of you who are, you'll know I got you. You know, I'm seeing that right now. Okay, what else we got going on in this read? Motives. For a lot of you though, I see you just trying to have a better life than what you went through. You've been through so many things. You've like been dodging landmines and missiles, and you know, just people driving by in their cars trying to throw cans. Like, it's just like, man, what is this video game? What is this simulation here on Earth? Like, dang. I got the janky version. You know, you're just like, shoot, just like your little bicycle, your little wheel trying to fall off, and you're just like, no, we ain't there yet, just a little bit longer. Okay. And I feel like you're really, you know, you're going towards like, keep moving forward. It makes me think of, I think I've said it on the channel before, but I was reading this thing about Master P. I don't know all the tea on Master P, but he was saying that, you know, when he was trying to get put on, right, to make his music and, you know, get his money and everything, that one company offered him like $1 million or something to take over basically, and, you know, him get a record deal and all that. And he and his family, they only had like, I think not even a few $100s at the time, and he turned it down, and they were really upset with him. They're like, we have nothing right now, like, what are you doing? And he's like, I know that if this, you know, corporation, right, that ain't from the hood, if they would offer me $1 million for what I'm doing, that I must be worth like 20 times that. And he was right. And he got money, y'all. He got bank, right? And he built something that is so much bigger, right? Just so much bigger than what they would have just exploited him for. So some of you, you know that in yourself, you know that you're worth more. And as long as you're building it yourself and not trying to take it from others, I see you as being very successful, and you will kind of like get your crown back basically from the people who have been stealing it away. I do see you getting security for your family and having a positive move. Some of you are transitioning and moving, and you're like, am I running away from issues, or am I like, you know, am I doing the right thing? No, I think both. There's some areas you need to not procrastinate in and be honest with yourself and perfect your gifts and your skills, keep healing, keep learning. But I do think that in many ways, it is time to fully cut off those toxic connections from family members and these frenemies or even followers. Like, not everybody, some people, they thrive and get real successful by having like hate followers, and some people don't, especially if you got this much Pisces in your reading. We don't really need it like that. Okay, that ain't really our bag to have all these like energy sucks around to thrive. That's more, I mean, fire signs might not care. They might be like pop off, you know, they get a little energy rush from popping off to haters. It fuels them differently. But for this read, or at least for you right now, you don't really need that. You don't really need that around. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing. That's the mixed bag I'm seeing. Hopefully everybody got the little bit of motivation that they need from What's Your Motives. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, for those of you that chose number 4, we have the Sun reverse, the Tower reverse, the Ace of Machetes, Ace of Swords, Seraphonite reverse, Honesty, Heart, and Third Eye chakras. Number 38, if that's significant for you. That could also be the number 11. We have the 9 of Cups, the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune. I almost said the 10 of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. We have Aventurine, Rainbow Moonstone, and the Purple Stone, which is what y'all picked. 10 of Diamonds. It says the Charioteer, which is Aragonite, and Andromeda, the Princess of Joppa, with the Jack of Clubs. We also have a quote card, which we'll get to. Whew, all right. What are your motives? This is funny. It's like y'all could have a clear view of what your motives are, but some of y'all want to lie to yourselves. So don't get mad. Don't get mad. I feel like overall, a lot of you can have very positive motives, but when you feel like insecure in some way, when you feel like you don't have attention, when you feel like if anything happens in life that you don't feel secure, it's like, whoo wee, okay, your motives could sour. Look at how like his eye, one, it's like 2 different sides of his face, one's open, one's closed, like one is like twitching like ooh, right? So it's like y'all can have good motives until you don't. Have you ever watched any of the Medea plays when Tyler puts his real voice instead of Medea's voice, and then everyone will start cracking up? He'll start cracking up too as Medea. I think he might do it in some of the movies too, but that's what I'm seeing. Like, y'all, it's like you can be like the little angel until you're not. Woo wee, honey. So this is kind of like you have to step back and take a look at yourself, because you guys could really it's like you're blissful and everything's good. There's a lot of like Cancers and Pisces and Libras, okay, and then you have that other side come out. Dun dun dun, and people like, shoot. But on the real, you guys could have where you misdirect anger and frustrations. For instance, maybe you feel like you can't yell at your boss, but then you go and you're like scaring your kids and you see them react, and all of a sudden to your mood change with they're just in there with their eyes wide or your little shiver or something, and it's just like once you get into that zone, it's you don't care, you're upset. Like your motive is to eject this anger, this fear, this terror, anxiety, whatever you have. And so it's almost like you guys end up going outside yourself and just seeing yourself, not that you're detached, not like it's not your responsibility, but like you dissociate from it, and it's like, I don't care right now, like I don't care, I'm going to get this feeling out, it doesn't feel good, I don't like what's happening, and so I'm going to be reactionary right now. All right, and then once that's done, you're like completely the opposite, and you're just chill and happy-go-lucky and like positive again and spiritual again, until it comes full circle and something hits that again. So for instance, you know, some people are nice when their life is nice, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like if rich people are nice, you're like, duh, you're fucking nice, like, you know, nice. It's like, what problem did you have? Like, shoot, people carried you on a little chariot thing to your bath today, like, what do you have to be mad about? But then, you know, if they don't have money, all of a sudden they're raging and they're mad, right? Mad at everyone, the horrible temper, I didn't get what I want. So some of you are having these motives that are kind of like spoiled, like a little bit spoiled. Maybe you guys have been you, like for instance, you were on a good run manifesting, and then when you hit a real world problem, you're just like bad mood, temper tantrum, why am I not getting what I want, frustrated, I don't want to move, I don't want to be told the truth, I just want what's, you know, so-called in your highest best, which is hearing what you want. Okay, this reading is this puppy's reading. I think this is Witchy Pup's reading, y'all. This is how she'll act. She's super sweet. One of her nicknames is Sweet Pea, but it's so conditional. Like she has to have everything that she, and I don't spoil her, but basically like she'll just have little vengeance things that she'll do if at any moment she feels like I want to be the center of attention right now and I'm not, for anything at all. Like it could be that you're gonna take a pee and she doesn't want you to pee right now, like, so some of you, your motives can be very, very temperamental like that, and they could be sometimes a bit childish, and you know, you can be so playful and so joyful and such a blessing to everyone around you and really calling good things. You guys could be lucky as all get out. Oh my god, y'all could be so lucky. You could really know how to manifest and call in good energies. You have Aventurine, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Cups. So lucky. A lot of Sagittarians in this group. You could be very abundant and successful, but you have to learn how to keep that same energy, yo, when you're not having everybody kissing your butt. Ooh, y'all, I just heard the song Alanis Morissette. I think it's called Narcissus. Is that what it's called? Yeah. And she's like, why do I, wait, well, let me get to the part. She's like, basically no one's ever called you on it. I wonder how you'd be if someone were to call you on it, right? She talks about go back to your friends who will lick your ass. So some of you, you know, you've been in a mood lately, and this doesn't mean that this is our whole personality, but are your motives on this particular situation or just in general right now might be a little stankish, and the universe is like, look, for all we let you get away with, you're gonna get yourself in trouble right now. We're gonna start taking your ice cream. You're acting spoiled. That's enough. We like you a lot, but child, you're acting spoiled. Okay, we can't have you over here with all this mouth, okay, all this attitude. We got to be honest, and y'all might not want to hear it. So some of y'all might be like, I'm gonna unsubscribe, I'm gonna click on, I'm already unsubscribed, but I'm just watching anyways. I'm gonna dislike this video so quick, so fast. Y'all stop. Come on now. But I think that, I mean, it's a mixed bag. It's learning how to perfect what you have that are good qualities. Okay, so the good qualities are, you guys are huge manifestors. You can be really positive. You can be big problem solvers. But if you don't also put in your motives to be willing to see the ugly truth of situations, how can you then properly problem solve? And that, my friends, is why spiritual bypassing should be not in this freaking tarot community or in the spiritual community, because you don't solve anything by just pretending you're gonna float off, ding ding, hands under the chin, to the 5D and not truly problem solve anything. It's a waste of gifts. So your motivation is to look things in the nitty-gritty real eye, to hear the harsh truths when others say them, not just when you gloriously belt them out to everyone else. To let your friends and family be honest about the energy they feel from you. To not always have to be the child in the middle of the situation. Some of you might not even like children because of that, which, why are you on the channel? Have you heard my channel? Things like that, okay? And some of you, but I feel like a lot of you, you're working on these things, and and you're like, yeah, I know. Okay, there's some Leos over here. I know. Oh, you know, some Aries, definitely. But I feel like don't let it steal your blessings. That's what I feel. Don't let it steal your blessings. That's what I'm feeling. It says, we were poor, though I did not know it at the time. The rich soil surrounding our clapboard house had yielded the food for the family. See, that's a superpower right there. Okay, you guys have the ability to see abundance and love and connectivity in anything. So just keep that same vibe, even when people got to pay attention to other things, even when you do have moments where you realize how harsh the world is, or that you weren't as spoiled as you thought you were. Keep that same vibe, that childlike wonder, that ability to bring happiness and togetherness with other people. Stay in those motivations. You got to be open to honesty though, all right? Because then you're like a blessing. You're like people's angel, like their good luck come down when you stay in that. But shoot, you could be the worst nightmare when you don't want to stay in the truth, and when you want to do too much escapism or kind of punish others because your reality doesn't feel happy at the moment. And that's not going to allow you to stay in a consistent place of happiness. So you don't want to go everywhere where the wheel's going and just be like, I'm not happy now because I'm not getting what I want. Or because life was hard and things were tough right now. And then be happy the next minute because you get what you want, right? It's like, what is it? Veruca Salt on Willy Wonka? Oh no. So you want to be the middle of the wheel. See that pentacle right there? You want to be that stable part that no matter what goes on around you, you stay in that beautiful, beautiful vibration that y'all can have, and that really good motive there, that no matter what's going on, you realize your abundance and your joy, what a blessing you are to others, what a blessing life can be, and what a blessing others are to you. And when you stay in that, that's amazing energy right there. Okay, your words are very powerful, so I would watch what you speak. See, literally it's like an incantation. Let me show y'all. It's like a magical incantation sparking with what they say. Abracadabra means I create as I speak. Okay, some of you have Mars and air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius too, so, or Mercury in aspect to your Mars. Really pay attention to that right now. Uranus and Mercury in their little standoff. So that's what I'm seeing for y'all. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye.